Good afternoon, everyone. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Today's game, May the 13th, 1966, part of the full 1966 replay, is going to be the New York Yankees at the Kansas City Athletics. And a greetings to Kenyon Gray and Ben Witz. Hello, hello. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Soboli as well. Oh, yeah, what a day. And good afternoon, Mike C. Welcome to you. Hey, I had a kind of a rough night's sleep, trying to snap out of it a bit. Get psyched up for this one. Yankees at Athletics. Left-hander Whitey Ford will toe the rubber for the Yankees. Right-hander Chuck Dobson on the mound for Kansas City. Both pitchers mixed results so far in the replay. For Ford, a 1-3 record, a rather high 5.63 earned run average in the replay, 2.47 on the card. For Dobson, 1-2 with a 6.0 ERA in 4 starts. Again, much higher than the card. Ford rated 6 for endurance. Dobson just 5. So the over-under on how long Dobson's going to last. Sorry to hear that, Ben. I don't work, of course, but I had a little, you might say, a slightly challenging day. And there's Kelly Hibbs. Welcome to Kelly. The surprising Kansas City Athletics come into this game 13-10. They're just 4.5 back of the Orioles. This is the first of a 4-game set. Finds the Yankees in last place in the American League with an 8-16 mark. Let's get to the lineups here and we'll get started. For the Yankees, leading off in left field will be Roy White. Bobby Richardson at second base in the 2 spot. In fact, this is pretty much the regular Yankee lineup for the last several games at least. Mickey Mantle in center field hits third. Joe Pepitone at first base in the cleanup spot. Tom Tresh at third base hits fifth. Roger Maris in right field hits 6th. Clete Boyer will be at shortstop batting 7th. Elston Howard will do the catching and hit 8th. Whitey Ford, the pitcher, bats 9th. Well, you can, Kenyon, because you got to figure they got to do better than that, right? I mean, I know the Yankees weren't particularly good in 66, but come on, 8-16? Nobody was that bad. Kansas City will have Ken Suarez doing the catching, Hawk Harrelson at first, Green and Campy up the middle with Ed Charles at third. In the outfield, Joe Nosek gets a rare start in left field, with Tartabull in center and Hirschberger in right. And having said all that, we are about ready to get underway here. Dobson ready to work as Roy White steps in. The switch hitter, batting left-handed, comes into the game with a .262 average. 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. And here's the pitch from Dobson now. We are underway on a 3-5 base hit up the middle. So a ringing single by White to lead things off, and here we go. White, a star 15 stealer. Let's check the Kansas City battery now. Dobson with a 0 hold. Suarez, terrible defensive catcher, 40, 16 plus 3. That would make White an 18. He'll be held on, of course, making him a 16. With Bobby Richardson at bat, he's going to try for that lead. 2 through 8, 11, and 12. He's got the lead. 1-16. The pitch to Richardson. There goes White. It's throw by Suarez. He's in there on a possible overthrow. Suarez, a 1 through 20 overthrow. The dice roll, just a formality. I missed the tower entirely, in case you're wondering what happened there. And the throw sails into center field. White scampers into third. So stolen base and error puts White on third with nobody out. And here's the next pitch to Richardson. Comes into the game leading the club in batting at .314. Dobson checks the runner now infield at normal depth. Pitch to Bobby's a 2-7 fly to center field B question mark. I think he can tag up on that. Question mark. Runner at third is not he would off his side. Attempt to score. Blah blah blah. Runner's rating plus minus the arm +2. Okay, so he can try to tag up on that. Fly ball to center field. Tartable with a +1 arm. White 16, 18, 19. Yes, he's tagging. Here's the throw. He's just in there on an 18. It's a sac fly for Richardson, and the Yankees are on the board. So to recap, Roy White led off with a single, stole second, took third on the errant throw, and scored on a fly to center by Richardson. And here's Mickey Mantle. Mantle hitting .254, just 3 home runs, a dozen RBIs. Almost, Ben. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Mantle batting left-handed. It's going to be a 4-2 single into right field, and Mantle is aboard. I know I've said it before, but it actually pains me to see some of these ratings on Mantle's card. A 4 in center, albeit an E3 with a -3 arm still, a 1 through 12 runner. Here's Joe Pepitone. Pepitone batting .250, 3 home runs, and a club-leading 16 runs batted in, actually tied with Tom Tresh with 16. Dobson working out of the stretch now. Pitch to Pepitone's a 5-8 left-handed. That's going to be a triple to 9 on 11. He'll settle for a long single. Mantle rounds and steams into third. And the Yankees have jumped all over Dobson here in the first inning. Runners at the corners with 1 down. And here comes Tresh. Tresh, another switch hitter, batting left-handed. Tresh hitting just .190 so far on the season. 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. Much better than a .190 card, that's for sure. Infield at double play depth with 1 down. Dobson out of the stretch now. Pitch to Tresh is a 5-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So a big strikeout there by Dobson. Now there's 2 down runners at the corners, and we'll be up to Roger Maris. Maris hitting just .167 on the season. Just 1 home run. He does have 13 runs batted in. Here's the pitch now from Dobson. On a 3-6 right-handed, it's a liner right into the glove of Hawk Harrelson. Oh my goodness, that looked like it was headed for the outfield, but Harrelson able to spear it, and that will retire the side. The Yankees settle for a run on 3 hits and leave a pair. We go into the bottom of the first. New York 1, Kansas City coming to bat. Boy, I'll bet it was, Kenyon. I was not yet even a baseball fan at that point, but I knew who he was. There were probably guys that could count them on one hand, who at the age of 9, I knew who they were. Mantle, Mays, Koufax. As Whitey Ford gets set, I'll give you the Kansas City lineup. Campy Campaneris leads it off at short. Jose Tartable in center in the 2 spot. Mike Hirschberger in right field hitting third. Ed Charles, the third baseman, bats cleanup. Ken Harrelson at first base in the 5 spot. Dick Green at second base bats 6th. Joe Nossick getting a start in left. He'll bat 7th. Ken Suarez, the catcher, hits 8th. And Dobson, the pitcher, 9th. The Yankees have Elston Howard behind the plate. Joe Pepitone at first base. Richardson and Boyer up the middle with Tresh down at third. And White, Mantle, and Maris from left to right in the outfield. And welcome Michael K. Traverse City. Where is that, Michael? Refresh my memory, if you would. Ford's ready to go now. Campy comes into the game at 2:35. 1 homer, 13 RBIs. The left-hander gets the sign from Howard. .310 left-handed. That's going to be a foul out to the catcher. Howard back to get it, drops the mask, and makes the grab. Stick out your left hand very near the what? I'll have to put something in there. The top of the second finger. My ring finger. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for, Ben, but all right. Northern Michigan. Thank you, Michael. Not far from Ben, right? Here's Tartable now. Tartable comes into the game hitting a screaming 365 so far on the season. No homers, 12 RBIs. Left on left now. Ford with a windup in the pitch. That's a 6-5. He flies one into left field. White ranging to his left. Will take it in for out number 2. Oh, I got it now. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. I was in complete confusion. Nothing new, of course. 2 down, and the batter will be Hirschberger. Mike hitting 246. 1 homer, 9 runs batted in. Ford gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-10 right-handed. A grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Boyer. It's into the hole. Boyer ranging for it. 3E19. Here's the play on a 15. He's there. Long throw in time. And that will do it for Kansas City in the first. 6-3X. Hirschberger retired. 1-2-3 go the Athletics. We're through 1 inning. It is Yankees 1, Athletics nothing. Back to the start of the week here on a Monday. It's funny, after taking Saturday off, I always feel like Sunday is kind of a false start to the week. I don't know why. I've been retired a long time now. Monday to me still feels like the beginning of the week. Although really for the purposes of my replay, clearly Sunday is. Okay, Dobson ready to work now. It's going to be the bottom of the order for the Yankees. Clete Boyer will start things off. Boyer hitting 227, 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Dobson gets the sign from Suarez. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 5-6 right-handed. Single to 13. That's down for a base hit just past the diving Charles at third. And Boyer's aboard to start off the second. Clete Boyer on, no threat to steal, despite the 20. Again, with a chance of 3, which is 2 out of 36, or 1 of 16 of getting the lead. Almost as much chance of being picked off as he does of acquiring a good lead. So he'll stay at first. Elston Howard will swing away. Howard comes in at 236, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Dobson working out of the stretch now. Pitch to Elston, 4-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. That could be 2. Campy a 3-E23. Here's the play. Up the middle. Campy snares it. His only play is to first, and the runner will advance. So a ground ball C on a shortstop X puts Boyer in scoring position with 1 out, and here's Whitey Ford. Ford, a left-handed hitter. 1W. The pitch from Dobson on a 6-12 left-handed is a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Dick Green. Green, a sure-handed 2E19. Ranging to his left now. Here it is on a 6. He's got it. Throws him out, and the runner takes third. One base at a time for Boyer. And with 2 down, it'll be up to Roy White. White got the action started in the first when he singled, stole second, took third on an overthrow by Suarez, and scored on a sac fly by Richardson. White standing in from the left side. Dobson checks the runner. Now the pitch, a 3-6. Grounder to first base. Harrelson has it. He'll take it himself. And that'll do it in the second. No runs a hit, 1 left. Dobson appearing to settle down a bit. And it's still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the inning. Boy, that's a good question, Michael, and that's the first time I've heard that one, so I don't have the answer to that. Perhaps someone else can help us out with that one. I definitely remember the Monarchs. Wasn't the Monarchs the team that Satchel Paige played for, or one of them anyway? To the bottom of the second we go. Ed Charles will get things started for Kansas City. Charles comes in at 296. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. So we got a cleanup batter who's yet to hit a home run this season. We'll see what happens here as Ford comes set. The pitch to Ed is a 6-9 right-handed, a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Boyer again. Boyer into the hole. Tough chance for Boyer, 3-19. E-range of 10. The roll is a 10 on a 19. He makes the play. Strong throw to get him. Nice play, Boyer. Actually, back-to-back fine plays by Boyer. Interesting that Boyer, a 1 third baseman, ended up being the Yankees' best shortstop in 1966. Here's Harrelson now. Harrelson batting .275 on the season, just 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Ford into the windup. Here's the pitch now. It's a 5-5 right-handed base hit into left field. A sharply hit single for Harrelson. And he's aboard with 1 out. Harrelson's got some stealing ability. Star 18. Let's check the Yankees battery now. Ford with a poor +4 hold. Howard is 0. So that would make Harrelson a 20. The most it can be. Held on, he's an 18. And he's going to try for that lead. 4 or a 5 together. 7, he does not get the lead, and the batter will be Dick Green. Green, 292, 2 home runs, a club leading 15 runs batted in. From the stretch, it's a 2-4 left-handed, a grounder to short. Boyer has it, shovels to Richardson. There's the turn. 2 Pepitone double play. So a 6-4-3 double play. Nice turn by Richardson. That ends the inning. No runs a hit, no one left on. We're through 2 innings here in Kansas City. It's 1-0 New York. I'm with you, Michael. Boy, I think it's you guys in the chat that really make this interesting. And that's fine too, Ben, absolutely. Obviously, my primary goal is that you enjoy the game. So if that's happening, it's working, right? But the chat's nice too. Okay, to the third we go. Bobby Richardson will lead it off for the Yankees. No official at bat yet for Richardson. Sacrifice fly in the first. Drove in the only run of the game so far. Dobson into the lineup. Pitch to Richardson. It's going to be a 6-8 right-handed. A grounder to second base X. That's Green again. A lot of X plays so far. Green at 2E19 as he ranges behind the bag. On a 3, he's got it. Diving stop behind the bag to his feet. Twists and throws in time. Oh my goodness, what a play on a 3 by Dick Green. That's going to go down as a web gem, 4-3X. And that's the first out of the inning. So Richardson robbed of a base hit on a fantastic play by Dick Green. And here's the Mick now, singled his first time up. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of innings that year, Kenyon. You're absolutely right. The card's good. Hasn't pitched up to its ability so far, but it's a pretty good card. But the injuries had really taken Whitey Ford down by this point. Missed part of the... God, I think he missed a start in the 64 series due to health problems, right? How about that, Ben? Did you just look that up? I'm guessing so. Okay, here's Dobson's pitch to Mantle. That's going to be a 1-2 right-handed. It's a high fly ball deep to right field. Hirschberger going back now at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Mickey Mantle hits it out of here. Would you look at that one? 1-2 to 15, the roll a 9. And for Mantle, his 4th home run of the season. We've been waiting for Mantle to exhibit some of the power that's quite present on this card, particularly against right-handed pitching. So 2-0 now, and here's Pepitone. And now that play by Green looks even bigger. There could have been a man on. Pepitone singled his first time up. Dobson, there's a pitch to Pepitone, a 3-4 right-handed. It's a comebacker knocked down by Dobson. He picks it up, flips to Harrelson for the out. And with 2 down, Tom Tresh will be the hitter. Tresh struck out his first at bat. Dobson gets his sign now. Here's the pitch to Tresh. That's a 6-2 left-hander. That's a fly ball well struck to left field. Going back is Hirschberger. Still going back on the track. Hauls it in to retire the side. So Tresh got a hold of that one. Just got under it a little too much. It's a loud out to right. But the Yankees add another run on the Mickey Mantle home run. And it's 2-0 New York going to the bottom of the third. Here's Whitey Ford now, staked to a 2-run lead. Right, Michael? God, that reminds me of another story. Let's go ahead and finish the third, and I will, if you'll indulge me. I will tell the tale. Okay, here's Joe Nosek to lead things off for Kansas City. Nosek has played hardly at all. He's been in 2 games, 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. His first start of the season. He's playing left field today. Ford gets the side. Here's the pitch to Nosek on a 3-10. It's a screaming 2-hopper to third base. Tresh gloves it. Throws to Pepitone in time. So a nice play by Tresh. Nosek is denied, and here's Ken Suarez, the catcher. Suarez hitting just 195. He is 8 for 41, but get this. He has 15 walks. So where would the sabermetric stats be? I'm just curious what his on-base percentage is, despite having a really bad card. Suarez has a .411 on-base percentage coming into the game. How about that? So at least he can do something. He walks a lot. We know he can't throw. We've already seen it. We've already seen that in action. And here's the pitch to Ford. 4-2 right-handed. He struck him out. So Suarez down on strikes, and the batter will be Chuck Dobson with 2 down. Dobson, a right-handed batter. 3-8, struck him out. 1-2-3, go the Athletics in the 3rd. After 3 complete, it's Yankees 2, Athletics nothing. So anyway, as far as the wife kicking the husband out, I was working the graveyard shift for quite a few years in the supermarket, stocking shelves, right? And we had those crane machines, you know, where you put the coins in and try to grab a toy. I call them gaffle grab machines, but they're the crane thing, you know. Anyway, there was this guy that would come in every night, and he would sit there and just get change, come back to the check stand. He'd get another $10 worth of quarters. He'd come back. He sat there for hours. He had sacks full of these stuffed animals. One night, his wife comes in. In the meantime, I talked to the guy. He was a repo driver. So he drove a tow truck and basically sat around bored, waiting for a call to go repo somebody's car. So she comes in, his wife, comes up to me and says, "Can't you do anything? Can't you throw him out of here?" And I said, "Well, why?" "Because we've got a 2-bedroom apartment, and 1 bedroom is just full of these damn stuffed animals. And if I get any more, I don't think I can take it. You got to kick him out of here. I've tried to get him to stop, and I can't." And I said, "Well, I have no real reason to make him leave. He's not doing anything wrong." But there was a case of the man who was obsessed with the gaffle grab machine, had a room full of stuffed animals, was driving his wife crazy. Eventually we did kick him out because we caught him drinking while he was doing it, and that you cannot do. You can't be drinking in a supermarket at night, especially after 2 a.m. after the bars close. He had brought in a bottle. He got a cup from the deli. We just assumed he had a soda pop or whatever, right? But no, he had booze in there. So we finally had to ask him to go. They only come out at night. That's what we used to say. Okay, to the 4th we go. Here's Roger Maris to start things off. Maris lined to first, his first time up. Let's get the right pitcher out there. Chuck Dobson ready to work. Here's the pitch to Maris. It's going to be a 5-5 left-handed, and he loses him. Ball 4. A leadoff walk to Maris. Maris, no threat whatsoever to steal. Solid 1 through 14 base runner, however. And here's Cleet Boyer. Boyer singled to lead off the second. Dobson working from the stretch now. The pitch to Boyer is a 5-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be a tough play for Charles. A 3E18. Here's the play. On a 12 E range. It's a 7 on an 18, and look at that, Charles with an amazing stop down to green. What a turn onto Harrelson for the double play. Holy crap, that was a thing of beauty. 5-4-3X. I wasn't even sure that Charles was going to get to that ball in the first place, and then he ends up turning it into a double play. So a fine play by Ed Charles. Runner is erased, and with 2 down, Elston Howard will come to the plate. Howard 0 for 1. Dobson delivers a 2-9 right-handed, struck him out. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Through 3.5, 2-0 Yankees. And Dobson, who after the first inning didn't look like he was going to be around long, he settled down. Ford's been in complete command of the game for the first 3. And he'll face the top of the Kansas City batting order in the 4th. Campaneris will start it off. He's 0 for 1 today. You know, I would have guessed that, and Kenyon, that, yeah, being from Great Britain, most of So's baseball knowledge came from reading. That makes total sense. Here's Whitey Ford ready to go to work in the 4th. Into the windup now. The pitch to Campy's a 4-7 right-handed. That's going to be a double to 2 on a 17. He'll settle for a long single. And the speedy Campaneris is aboard to start off the 4th. Campaneris held would be an 18. And he'll try for that lead, 2 through 6 or 12. 7, he does not get the lead. Let's see what he'd be on the back number. Okay, he's +4 for Ford. He'd be a 19. -4. He's still a 15. The pitch to Tartable. There goes Campaneris. The throw by Howard. He's stolen it. So Campaneris steals second on his back number. You don't see that very often. And for Campy, that's his 11th steal of the season, and he is yet to be caught. Next pitch to Tartable. Left on left, it's going to be a 5-8 grounder to second base X. That's going to be Richardson, Gold Glove at a 1E17. Richardson ranges behind the bag. It's a 19. He's got it and throws him out. Campaneris takes third on the play. So now Campy's on third with 1 out and Hirschberger the batter. Kansas City trails by 2. I'm going to let this... I can't decide. I'm going to let the dice decide, in or back. 1 to 3, it's in. Infield will be in. That takes the bunt away. Hirschberger, a C, would become a D. Hirschberger will swing away. Here's the pitch from Ford. With the infield in, a 6-9 grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Boyer. 3E19, another X play for Boyer. Here's the play. On a 4, he's not going to get it. That's through for a base hit, and a run will score. An RBI single for Hirschberger, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Campy in to score. Crowd going crazy over the base hit, as you can hear in the background. And the batter will be Ed Charles. Charles 0 for 1. 1 out runner on first. Ford working out of the stretch now. The pitch of Ed Charles, 5-5 right-handed. That's a single into left field, an open single. Hirschberger to go to third is 15 -2, 13. But White with the +2 arm makes him back to 15. He's going to go for it, and the throw will be cut off by Boyer. They'll let him go into third and hold Charles at first. Charles the go-ahead run with 1 out. This way they can stay at double play depth, and Ford trying to coax a ground ball now out of Ken Harrelson. Harrelson 1 for 1 today. Let's check Charles' speed, however. They may not They may have to hold him on. 16-20, he's an 18. He's going to try for the lead. 2 through 5, 11. Take advantage of that poor hold. He's got it. 1 through 18, here's the throw. He's out! Oh my God. Howard guns it down there and nails him. What a big out that is. Oh my goodness. So Ed Charles, thrown out trying to steal by Elston Howard. He threw a perfect peg to Richardson, who applied the tag for the out. Well, we were trying to make something happen down, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. The next pitch to Ken Harrelson now is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. Boyer behind the bag has it, throws to Pepitone. And the side is retired. They settle for 1 run on 3 hits and leave 1. After 4 complete, it's 2-1 New York. So Kansas City, perhaps wasting a golden opportunity there in the 4th. And for Dobson, he'll be entering his first inning of potential fatigue here in the 5th. Whitey Ford will lead things off, left-handed batter. The pitch from Dobson, a 5-5 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Oh my, Dobson, the unforgivable sin of walking the opposing pitcher, especially to lead off an inning. So Ford will take his base now as Roy White comes to bat. Oh, sure, absolutely. 90% chance to steal. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. Here's White now, 1 for 2. Dobson from the stretch. That's going to be a 5-10 left-handed. Shallow fly ball into right. Hirschberger coming on fast now. He's there. Makes the catch, runner will hold. 1 away, and here's Bobby Richardson. Richardson 0 for 1 today with a sac fly. Dobson working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bobby. 2-10 right-handed. He pops him up. Infield fly called. Dick Green to make the catch, and there's 2 away. And here comes Mantle. Mantle 2 for 2 today with a home run. Dobson staring in now. Outside for a ball. Pitching carefully to Mantle. Now gets his next sign from the stretch. Pitch to Mantle. It's a 2-3 right-handed. That is a grounder to short. Campaneris into the hole. Turns, fires to Green for the force. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a man left on. It's a tight one today. 2-1 Yankees as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Ford now. Ford, of course, rated 6 for endurance. Dick Green, Joe Nossett, Ken Suarez due up for Kansas City. Here's Green now. Bounced into a double play his first time today. Ford gets the sign from Howard. It's a 3-12 left-handed, and he hits him. Holy crap. Green drilled by the pitch. Kind of glaring at Ford as he takes first. Green not thrilled with being drilled. Let's look at Green's stats. Has he been hit before? He has, actually. That's his second hit by pitch of the season. And he'd be a 20, not hell, but he needs to roll a 3 to get it. Shall we go for it? Why not? 6, he does not get it. Not all that surprising. And here's Nosek. Nosek 0 for 1. Ford working out of the stretch now. Pitch to Joe Nosik's a 3-12 left-handed. That's a ground ball to second base. Richardson behind the bag, turns to Boyer for one, to Pepitone, not in time. Nosik safe at first on the force. That'll go 4-6. Green forced Nosek aboard, and Nosek has wheels. 15-19, he's a 17 held, and he's going to try for the lead. So Kansas City has shown early they're going to try to run on Ford. 2 through 5, 11 and 12. 8, he does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Suarez now. 5-5 right-handed, base hit into left field, an open single by Suarez. Nosek a 14, -2 to third from left field is 12. But White with a +2 arm, 14. They're going to go for it with one out. Yankees are throwing. 14 to third, he's in there. So Nosek goes first to third on the base hit by Suarez. Suarez will not try to go to second. He's too slow. And it's decision time already, with Chuck Dobson coming to the plate. The Athletics trailing by a run. Should we bat for Dobson? I throw this out to the chat. I love to get you guys involved in these decisions. The regulars know this by now. Especially the ones where I can't make up my mind. This is a tough one. On one hand, he's gone 5, and he's only a 5 endurance pitcher. He's a C bunter, a terrible hitter. We could lay it down. That's what we're going to do. Stay out of the double play. He's going to lay it down. So a 4 on a C, successful sacrifice bunt. That pushes Suarez to second. So Dobson with a nice bunt. He does his job. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Campy, but there's 2 away. Tying a run at third. Go-ahead run at second. Ford staring in now. The pitch to Bert Campaneris. 3-7 left-handed, a ringing 2-star single. That's going to plate 2, and Kansas City takes the lead. Nosek will score. Suarez will score. 2 RBIs for Campy. And now there's action in the Yankee pen. Steve Hamilton, the left-hander down there. Hal Reniff, the right-hander. And while the aggressiveness backfired on Kansas City in the 4th, it pays off for them here in the 5th. And they plate 2 runs to take the lead. Campaneris, of course, even held, he's an 18, so he's going to try for the lead now. 2 through 5 or 12. On an 8, he does not get the lead. On the back number, once again, though, he's 19 -4. He's still a 1 to 15. The pitch to Tartable. There goes Campaneris. The throw by Howard. He's in there on a possible overthrow. Let's check Howard's overthrow now. 1 to 14. He throws it into center field, and Campy takes third. So now that's happened to both ball clubs, stolen base and error. Happened to White there in the first inning when Suarez threw the ball into center, and now it's Elston Howard who misses the mark. And Campaneris, with his second steal of the day, winds up at third base. 2 away. The next pitch to Target. 1-7 left-handed. It's a fly ball to center field. Mantle drifting back a few steps, and he'll take it to retire the side. A lot of base running in that inning. Kansas City plates 2 to take the lead on 2 hits, and they leave 1. After 5 complete, it's 3-2 Kansas City. Holy cow, what a game so far. Kansas City running the bases with pretty much reckless abandon here today. Dobson, who almost got pinch hit for, now finds himself taking the mound with a lead. And welcome to Jimmy Jam. Before we go to the 6th, I am going to refresh my coffee. I'll be right with you. There we go, and we're back. I'm going to heat that up a little bit. We're not too far away from whether it's going to be too hot for hot coffee. Almost time to break out the iced tea pitcher. 76 and sunny today, a beautiful day here in Spokane, Washington. I've got a picture I'd like to show you guys, but I'll try to do that. I'd like to do that after the game because I have to move the camera in order to do that. No coffee at 106. I don't blame you, Kenyon. Once we get into the 80s, I'll probably be on at least by the mid 80s anyway. I'll be on iced tea. That's a good one, Ben. Right next to the 2 eggs, right? 2 eggs over medium. Okay, Dobson's ready to work the 6th. It'll be Joe Pepitone to start things off for the Yankees. Pepitone 1 for 3 today. Dobson into the windup. Pitch to Joe Pepitone, a 1-7. It's a grounder just to the left of Green. He's there to field it. Throws to Harrelson for the out. And there's 1 down. So the Kansas City middle infield has just been spectacular today, as has the Yankees middle infield. Here's Tresh 0 for 2. Dobson gets the sign. The pitch to Tresh is a 6-12 left-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Green tested again, a 2E19. Green ranging to his left. Plug up that hole on an 11. It's the E rating, a 9 on a 19. He makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Green. 4-3X. Tresh is retired. And it'll be up to Roger Maris with 2 down. Maris 0 for 1 with a walk today. Maris still trying to get on track this season. Dobson staring in. Pitch to Maris. 2-5 right-handed, a single to 9, but on a 15, it's knocked down by Dobson, picks it up and throws to Harrelson, and that'll do it. 1-3 will score that. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Dobson. Dobson, who's settled down nicely in this one. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to reach his fatigue, 5 innings. Well, he's pitched 6, and he's leading 3-2. Whitey Ford getting ready to work the bottom of the inning now. Heart of the order, Hirschberger, Charles, and Harrelson for the Athletics. Mike Hirschberger's 1 for 2 with a ribby today. Here's the pitch from Whitey Ford. 5-7 right-handed, a single to 9 on a 12. That is fielded by Pepitone. Flips to Ford covering for the out. Nice play, Pepitone. That'll bring up Ed Charles. Charles 1 for 2. Ford into the windup now. Here it is, a 4-7 right-handed. It's a double to 2. On a 4, he'll settle for a long single, and Charles is 2 for 3. And Charles, again, held at an 18. He's going to try for the lead. 2 through 5, 11. 9, he does not get the lead. On the second number for Charles, he'd be 1 through 12. Harrelson will hit away, 1 for 2 today. The pitch to Harrelson, a 6-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Boyer. This could be 2. 3E19. Boyer into the hole. Here's the play on a 9. Error rating. It's a 4 on an E19, and he boots it. Oh, man. Error Boyer. That puts runners at first and second with 1 out. First error of the ball game. And I was just talking about how clean the fielding had been in this ball game. Hamilton and Renniff are both ready. There goes Elston Howard out to the mound. Ford mouthing, "I'm okay." Elston seems satisfied. Ralph Halleck has not made a move yet. And Ford will pitch to Dick Green, first and second. 1 away, and here is Green. Ford from the stretch. Pitch to Green. It's a 5-6 right-handed single, 2 stars. A run will score. Charles in to score on an RBI single by Dick Green. Harrelson keeps going and heads into third. And now here comes Houck. And that's going to be the end of the line for Whitey Ford. Four to 2 Kansas City. Joe Nossick due. I'm looking for a double switch possibility. You can't really take Maris, Tresh, or Pepitone out of the game, though. Renniff will be called on. Looks like it'll be a short stint for Renniff. With 2 right-handers due, Renniff could finish the inning, and then Hamilton could come on. Renniff would be due to bat third in the 7th inning. So Whitey Ford ends up going 5 1/3. 4, 5, 6, 8 hits. Four runs so far. Runners at the corners, his responsibility. He didn't walk anybody. He did hit a batter. And he struck out a pair. So here's Renniff now, the right-hander. Renniff so far in our replay has not fared well. He's been in 9 games. He's 0-3 with a 10.5 ERA. Holy cow, let's look at this card. 3.21 on the card. Certainly looks better against right-handers. And that's who he'll be facing. Let's check Green at first base now. Green not a threat to steal. Reniff a 0 hold combined with Howard's 0 arm. So quite a different scenario there compared to Whitey Ford's +4 hold. And there's Keith Long. Welcome. Yes. Well, Boyer played all over the infield, but you're right. He was primarily a third baseman. The Yankees in '66 started the season with, oh geez, I'd have to look him up now. They started the season with Ruben Amaro at short, Tresh in left, Boyer at third base. Amaro apparently didn't cut it, okay? So they moved Boyer to short, brought Tresh in to play third. As I mentioned before about this club, for the want of a shortstop. Here's the situation now. It's 4-2 Kansas City in the bottom of the sixth. Runners at the corners and one away. Joe Nosek batting against Hal Reniff. Reniff from the stretch. Pitch to Nosek, a 4-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Nosek down on strikes. And now it'll be up to Suarez. Reniff staring in now. Suarez 1 for 2 today. The pitch for Reniff. 1-6 right-handed. He struck him out. How about that? Hal Reniff comes in, faces 2 batters, strikes out both of them, and the Athletics leave 2. They push across an insurance run, however, on a pair of hits, and after 6 innings complete, lead it 4-2. So 4 runs will be charged to Ford. They'll be batting for Reniff, so we can close the book on him right now. Good for Reniff. He came into this game with a 10.5 ERA in the replay. So Reniff with a nice outing. Oh, hang on, I got to see this now. Let me put something in here. You mean at third base, right, Keith? I assume. To the 7th we go, and hell, we're talking about Clete Boyer. He's going to lead things off. Yeah, he's a 1 at third base in '66, a 1E21. And they're playing him at shortstop. He's their best shortstop. They've got Schofield on the bench, who they just acquired a few days ago. Schofield, a rather underwhelming 3E76. So here's Boyer to lead it off against Dobson. 4-2 Athletics. Boyer's 1 for 2 today. Dobson into the windup now. Pitch to Boyer. It's going to be a 5-8 right-hander to triple to 6. However, on a 13, that's going to hang up in left field where Nosek will run it down for out number 1. The Yankees, remember, with all these switch hitters, let's see, I'm going to check the computer-only cards here of Dixon and Montegudo. Both of those guys pitched in this game. Montegudo is joined by John Wyatt in the Kansas City pen. Both men throwing. Purely a precautionary move, as Dobson is in rather deep territory for him. Into the 7th inning now. Elston Howard will be the hitter. 0 for 2 today. Suarez flashing the signs. Here's the pitch now from Dobson on a 4-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Campaneris into the hole, a 3-E-23. Here's the play on a 19. He's there. Plants and throws in time. Nice play, Campaneris. And that's going to be the end of the day for Reniff. They'd like to take an A or N shot here. It's all or nothing. They've got a lot of players on this Yankee bench. Who better for an all-or-nothing shot than Ray Barker? I'm going to look up something here, but I don't believe I've even used Ray Barker yet this season. Let's take a look. He pinch hit in this game in real life. Heck, I can't even find him. Here he is. I take it back. He was in one game. He went 1 for 4. No walks. Struck out once. Yeah, as I said, man, they're looking for the all-or-nothing shot here. With 2 down and nobody on. Dobson gets the sign now. Pitch to Barker is a 3-7, and he pops him up on the right side. Green is there, and that will do it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chuck Dobson. What a game by Dobson. Dobson has surrendered 3, 4, just 5 hits, has not allowed a hit since the 3rd inning. Holy cow. Steve Hamilton, the left-hander, will come on for New York. Hamilton also pitched in this game in real life. Let's check his replay numbers so far. He's been in 7 games, 1-1 with a 1.23 ERA. So Hamilton's done a nice job so far out of the bullpen for New York. And now should we let Dobson bat? Dobson leading off the inning here. With a 4-2 lead, I'm inclined to let Dobson hit. Hamilton ready to go now. It's going to be Dobson. Right-handed batter 0 for 2. The wind-up on the pitch, a 5-2. He hits a ball, well-struck ball to left field. White has to go back on it and hauls it in just shy of the track. So Dobson gave it a ride. Loud out to left, and there's 1 away. And here's Campaneris. Campy, 2 for 3 today, 2 stolen bases. Hamilton gets the sign from Howard now. Pitch to Campy, a 3-12, and he hits him. Oh my goodness. Second hit batter by Yankee pitchers. Campaneris will take his base. We'll see if he can go for his 3rd stolen base. Hamilton, however, with a -1 hold. So held on, Campy's a 16. Tartable, the hitter, left on left. His matchup favors Hamilton. Campaneris is going to try for the lead. In fact, he's not happy about being drilled. He would love to get that 3rd steal. 2 through 6 are 12. 7. He does not get the lead. Second number in this case would be 8. No, excuse me, 14 minus 10. 1 through 10 on his back number. So not quite the same as a +4 on the mound, that's for sure. 1 down, here's the pitch to Tardible. Left on left, it's a 2-10. It's a base hit into right field. Campaneris can go to third. He's a 17 to third, 19. Maris with a -2 gun, that's a 17, and they're going to cut it off and hold Tardible to first. Tardible has wheels as well. He'll have to be held on. He's also a 16 held. Runners at the corners, 1 away, and Mike Hirschberger the batter. Tardible trying for the lead, 2-5 or 12. 12, he's got it. 1 to 16, here's the throw, he's stolen it. So Tardible joins the stolen base party. For Jose, that's his 9th steal of the season. He also has yet to be caught. And now with 2nd and 3rd and 1 down, the Yankees will pull the infield in, trailing by 2. Mike Hirschberger, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. 2-11 left-handed, a liner right into the glove of Richardson. Back to the bag in time is Tardible. And that's out number 2. And it'll be up to Ed Charles. Ed is 2 for 3 today. Hawk Harrelson on deck. Hamilton staring in now. The pitch to Charles is a 1-3 foul ball left side. Tresh drifting into foul ground. And he will take it for the 3rd out. So Kansas City, with a golden opportunity to add on, strands runners at 2nd and 3rd. No runs to hit, 2 left. We've completed 7 innings here in Kansas City. It's Athletics 4, Yankees 2. That's interesting, Keith. So they were wearing the Oakland A's colors as early as 1963, is that right? I had no idea. Chuck Dobson coming out for the 8th. I'm looking at Dobson's line again now to see if he has a complete game. This is his 5th start. In 4 starts, he pitched 21 innings, so just over 5 innings a start. No complete games. Top of the order for the Yankees: White, Richardson, and Mantle. 4-2 lead in the 8th. Let's check the Yankees. Check the Athletics defensively now. The only real sore spot I can see is Suarez, and normally I'm not big on removing the starting catcher in this era, which I've explained before in the pre-analytic days. Back in these days, the catcher had the game plan. Okay, so yeah, he might be a +3 arm, but he's brought Dobson this far. They're going to stick with him. Okay, White to lead it off. He's 1 for 3 today. Dobson into the windup. 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh my goodness, Dobson, who doesn't strike out many. That's only his 3rd of the game. And with 1 out, the batter will be Bobby Richardson. Bobby 0 for 2. Dobson into the windup now. The pitch to Richardson is a 3-7. Right in his good column, he hits a whistler into the hole. Stopped by Campaneris, who plants and throws him out. And Kansas City all day long flashing the leather behind Dobson. Here's Mickey Mantle now, 2 for 3 with a home run. Dobson stares in to get the sign. The pitch to Mantle. 5-5 left-handed, he loses him, ball 4. So pitching carefully to Mantle, he walks him with 2 down. And Joe Pepitone will come to the plate representing the tying run. Pepitone has 3 home runs on the season. Dobson stares in now from the stretch. Pitch to Pepitone is a 6'10 left-handed. That's catcher's card X. That's going to be Suarez, a 4E16. We were just talking about him, and here is the play. On a 5, it's a wild pitch and a pop-out. Side retired. Wild pitch charge to Dobson. Mantle takes second, and Pepitone pops out to the catcher to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Hamilton will start the inning. Dooley Womack, the right-hander, throwing in the Yankee pen. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun. It's been my pleasure. You guys are the best. Three right-handers due here for Kansas City. We'll see how far they go with Hamilton. Harrelson standing in from the right side, 1 for 3 in the game. Hamilton into the windup. A 2-8 left-handed struck him out. Hawk down on strikes, and here's Dick Green. Green, 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Hamilton getting his sign. Pitch to Green on a 5-8. It's a grounder down to third. Tresh has it. Throws to Pepitone. Quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. And the batter will be Nosek. Joe is 0 for 3 today. Hamilton into the windup. 2-7 left-handed. It's a grounder into the hole. Boyer's there. Plants and throws in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hamilton. And we go to the 9th. Kansas City leading 4-2. Jack Aker throwing in the pen. But it's Chuck Dobson who's coming out. Going for the complete game. It'll be Tresh, Maris, and Boyer for the Yankees. Tom Tresh 0 for 3 today. Switch hitter batting lefty. Dobson gets the sign now from Suarez. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tresh. 5-7 left-handed. He loses him, ball 4. Lead-off walk to Tresh, and it could be that Dobson's running out of gas. Roger Maris due up. Clete Boyer will be the on-deck hitter. And here comes Alvin Dark. He's gone as far as he can go with Dobson. As much as I love the complete game, I don't trust Dobson to go any further. He ends up with 8+, a fine outing. And we'll see if Aker can nail it down, as absolutely been a well-deserved round of applause for Chuck Dobson. He allowed only 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and struck out 3. And on comes the closer, Jack Aker. Aker so far in our replay, 0-2 with 7 saves but a rather high 5.54 ERA in 13 innings. So Aker has been anything but lights out. With the 7 saves, which by the way leads the American League. But they haven't been easy. Alrighty, Jack Aker has completed his warm-ups. Roger Maris will come to bat representing the tying run. 0 for 2 with a walk. Let's check Tresh's running ability. No threat to steal. Aker with an excellent -4 hold in any case. Maris standing in from the left side. Aker working out of the stretch. The pitch to Roger Maris is a 2-8. He pops him up. Second baseman Green under it. And that's out number 1. 1 away, and Clete Boyer will be the batter now. Boyer 1 for 3. Aker staring in to get the sign now from the stretch. The pitch to Boyer is a 3-7 right-handed, a single on a 1. On a 9, it's a liner right into the glove of Green. Throws to Harrelson. Tresh back in time. And the Yankees are down to their last out, and it will be Elston Howard. Or will it? Howard, W for power against righties. The Yankees are going to bat for Howard as someone who at least has a chance to tie the game. They're going to send Roger Repose up there. Repose played in this game in real life. Although in real life he came in as a defensive replacement for Mantle. He's going to bat in this game. He's got some power against righties. 2 down, a man on first. Repose the tying run at the plate. Aker gets the side. The pitch to Roger Repose is a 1-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's the game. Four to 2, the final. I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Aker picks up the save, his 8th. That leads the majors. Dobson with the win squares his mark at 2-2. Whitey Ford with the loss drops to 1-4. Hamilton in his 2 innings of work gave up 1 hit, no runs. Did not walk a batter, he did hit 1. And struck out 1. Yes, sir, a nice comeback by the A's. Trailing 2-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. Ford ran out of gas before Dobson. So Ford's struggles continue despite a pretty good card. Totals on the game for the Athletics: 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors. The Yankees, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Out, single, that would have been the out. So 1 run, I believe, is going to be unearned there. Charged to Ford. I'm sorry, charged to charged to Ford, excuse me. Of course, I'll find out for certain when I enter the game manually into the Strat-O-Matic computer. Yeah, and so it really started in the first inning, right? It really looked like they were going to get more than 1 run out of that. They had a chance to really open it up right at the get-go and had to settle for 1 on 3 hits. And then, like you say, they just stopped hitting. Could have maybe let Dobson finish it, but when you've got 8+ out of a 5-inning pitcher, you kind of are thinking, okay, he gets yanked after the first base runner. So I think that was appropriate. Thanks to all of you guys. How about the Chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game? I kind of like Campaneris. I kind of like Dobson too, actually. Campaneris, 2 RBIs, 2 steals. Kenyon likes Dobson. As you can tell, I'm on the fence on this one. I can be easily swayed here. Yeah, that's true. Dobson, the unlikely hero. We're going to give it to Chuck Dobson. Chuck Dobson, the Chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game, looking ahead on the schedule. Let's see what we've got in store tomorrow. The Washington Senators at the Minnesota Twins. Are you ready for this matchup? Starting pitchers will be our old buddy Jim Duckworth for Washington. Hall of Famer, or future Hall of Famer anyway, Jim Cott for the Twins. So that should be good. In the meantime, before I go, I'm glad I almost forgot this. I was going to show you this. I bought this cat car seat for Mookie. Check this out. I don't know how well you can see that, but it sticks to the windshield with suction cups. I'm going down Highway 2 about 60 miles an hour here, and he's just sitting there watching the world go by. So yeah, he's getting used to it. I'm training him to be able to ride in a car. So far, so good. Seems to like it. Got to train them young, like children. All right, guys. Thanks once again. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Please join me tomorrow, 1:30 Pacific time. Meantime, hey, everybody. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye for now.